I thank the representative of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for her statement, and I now give the floor to the representative of Indonesia.
Thank you, Mr. President. Indonesia would like to thank the briefings from USG Lowcock and Special Envoy Pedersen. We commend your strong and tireless efforts in executing your respective mandates. My delegation has underlined our position regarding the humanitarian situation in northwest Syria and on the Constitutional Committee during last week's 2 meetings on humanitarian and political issues, of which both meetings were held on the same day. Before I continue, Mr. President, we would like to emphasize that while we value every meetings of the Council, we also prefer that all Council meetings to be conducted appropriately and as necessary without creating additional gap among Council members. It is our strong belief that the most important approach and priority for the Council at this particular moment is to be united in addressing the Syrian dossier. Mr. President, I wish to re-emphasize the importance of these 3 main points. First, the immediate cessation of hostilities in northwest Syria and the urgency, and let me repeat here, the urgency for all parties on the ground to really respect their obligations to protect civilians under international humanitarian law. We would like also to highlight one important disturbing fact actually mentioned by Special Envoy when he stated that, and I quote, "We appear to have lost sight of the principle of proportionality," end quote. I think this is something that is very basic, yet extremely important. In this context, let me reiterate our position that attack on civilians and civilians' infrastructure is unacceptable. Second, the immediate humanitarian assistance needed by the civilians. As mentioned by USG Lowcock, around 580,000 people in northwest Syria left their homes in the last 2 months, escaping from hostilities and searching for safety. Most of these individuals have been displaced multiple times. They are vulnerable and need urgent humanitarian support. The third point we would like to highlight is that we would like to urge the Syrian parties to pursue concrete efforts in order to be able to move forward the works of the Constitutional Committee. Mr. President, we appreciate all efforts from various parties to de-escalate conflict in the Northwest, particularly efforts that lead to the ceasefire agreements. However, these agreements need to be firmly respected and implemented. Indonesia supports the United Nations engagement with all relevant parties to end the violence. Again, my delegation urges all parties on the ground to cease their military activities. We must avoid armed confrontations that would only increase the number of displaced people and further increase the suffering of civilians. Before concluding, Mr. President, let me highlight on the importance of thinking beyond the agenda of the Constitutional Committee. Indonesia sincerely hopes that agreement on the agenda can soon be reached so that the committee members could begin their substantive work, which is the crucial parts of the process. Trust and confidence among the Syrian parties are key. Thank you, Mr. President.